Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Emma and this here is my craft corner where we talk about lots of yarn related stuff. And today I wanted to share with you the Christmas gifts that I made for my family members. And yeah, I have my notes here. I wrote them all down. I have my gifts in this bag. And basically I made 7 gifts for 7 people in my life. And yeah, I would like to talk to you about them. I'm filming this right now because currently everyone's out of the house, which is great. I'm living with my boyfriend and I made him a gift. So I had to keep it all a bit of a secret. And I had to wait until he was out of the house. He worked from home, so that took a little while so that I could film this video. Yeah, let's start with maybe his gift. I'll get it out real quick. That is this lovely red scarf. Oh, just a little thing on there. This is pretty long and I really love how this looks. It's showing up a bit darker on camera, but it's this stitch. So I followed the All Too Well scarf pattern by Kristen McDonald, and it's a lovely pattern. It's a free pattern, so I feel like I can share this. But it is basically just knit one, purl one for 3 rows, and then you alternate. Then you keep doing that until you have a scarf, basically. And it is super soft. It is made with the Scheepjes Chunky Monkey yarn. And I used 3 skeins to make this pretty big scarf of maybe 180 centimeters, I think. And I used color 1123, which is called Garnet. And this yarn is 100% acrylic, but it's anti-pilling acrylic, which apparently makes it very soft. I've never felt acrylic that is this soft before. I honestly didn't believe it when the tag said it was acrylic. I thought it must be something else because it's so soft. Yeah, it's 100% acrylic. It is a bulky weight yarn. And so that is 116 meters over 100 grams. And I used 3 grams, which is, I used 3 skeins, which is 300 grams. And then I used a 5.5 millimeter needle for this, which made the fabric quite drapey and nice. I feel like he's gonna love this because I started knitting this and I didn't tell him that I was making him a present. I think he figured it out though, but I didn't tell him. But he did say after I cast it on that he would really like a dark red scarf. And yeah, that was basically what I was making him. So perfect gift, I think. We'll see what he thinks in a couple days because I'm filming this on the 20th and I will be giving it to him on the 24th. So just a couple more days and he's going to have this and I think he's going to love it. He's been wearing a scarf that I made when I was like 10 years old and it's super scratchy, but he keeps wearing it to death and I love that, honestly, but he deserves a better scarf and this is definitely better. So then the next gift that I made is this cowl. I do need to block this. I do need to figure out how to block this. Maybe I'll try steam blocking, but this is a cowl that I made for both my mom and my grandma, so they both get one. Yeah, it's just an easy cowl. This pattern is a free pattern, well, kind of free, because it came with the yarn. This is the Scheepjes Roma Hidden yarn, and I used 1.1 skeins for one cowl, and then 1.1 for the other. So that means 2.2 skeins in total I used on this. And this is in the color 2. There is no color name there. And this is also 100% acrylic, but it's a lot scratchier. Well, not a lot, but it's definitely not as soft as the other one. It is also a bulky weight. This comes with 126.5 meters per 110 grams. I thought it was really funny because it basically sells itself with, you get 10% yarn free. So instead of a 100 gram skein, it's a 110 gram skein. I thought that was really cute. And let me grab the tag real quick because I would like to show that to you. Alright, so this is the tag. And it feels very vintage. Yeah, here it says 10% extra yarn. Great. And this is the picture of the cowl that I made. And then actually on the inside of the tag it has the pattern. I feel like I can show this, but it's kind of speaks for itself because it just tells you to cast on. I think this is 4 stitches and then multiplied by however wide you want it to be, and then just 5 rows and then alternate between knitting and purling and then alternate again until you get a cowl that you would like. And this is 30 of these blocks, and I first wanted to double wrap the cowl, make it double wrapped, but I kind of ran out of knitting mojo, so there's that. And yeah, this is, I think, just going to be a lovely gift for my grandma and my mom. My grandma actually gifted me this yarn. She did not know what to do with it anymore because she didn't knit. She doesn't knit anymore. So she just gifted me the 6 skeins of this. And I didn't know what to do with it, but then I saw the pattern on the inside of the tag. And I thought, oh well, I'll just knit her one of these. And then I had a lot of yarn left over. So I knit my mom one. And then I had more yarn left over and I knit my grandpa a hat. I've been wearing this hat a couple times over the past few days because it has been very cold and I don't really have a nice hat, so I used it a couple times, but it's alright because my grandpa will get it real soon. I will wash it for him and then he'll get it, but it is this pretty big hat. It feels kind of mushroomy, and yeah, I decided to do some cabling here because I just really wanted to figure out how to do cables. And this does not come with a pattern whatsoever. I just freehanded it basically. And I do really like this. I really want to make one for myself now because I have even more yarn left over. This used up, let me see, also 1.1 skeins. So I used 3.3 skeins of this. So I now have a little less than 3 skeins left. So I can make myself a hat out of this, definitely. Maybe even a cowl, matching mittens. I can just go for the whole matchy stuff. But yeah, this is the hat that I made for my grandpa. And I think he's going to like this. I'm not really sure if he's a really that big of a hat person, but he does go outside a lot in the winter. So I think he could use a hat. And this is very warm, very big. It's the same yarn, so I don't have to specify it. I also made Ravelry pages for every pattern. So as usual, my Ravelry is linked below, so you can also go there and see the pattern a bit more in detail, or see the prices more in detail of the yarn that I use and everything. Yeah, that was my grandpa's hat. It's a free-handed pattern. And then I made another hat, and I made that for my dad. It's really tiny, actually. And it fits like this. It does not go over my ears. It's a bit wide for me, but I think it's going to be fine for my dad. And this is also free-handed, but it is loosely based on a hat that Honey Slinger wears. He wears a red version of this hat. It's basically his signature thing to wear. So he wears this, and my dad said to me once that he would really like a hat like this, but he was not sure if he would like red. So he basically asked me to knit a black one. So I think he's kind of expecting me to turn up with one of these someday. But Christmas apparently is his lucky day, because he's going to be getting this hat, and it rolls up like this, which is meant to be. This was such an easy thing to freehand, basically, because it was straight stockinette for 14 or 15 centimeters, then just decrease, and then you're done. And it is supposed to curl up, because Honey Slinger's head curls up as well, but you can curl it up even more or even less depending on how you want it to sit on your head. And for this I used Drops Nepal yarn, and I had some left over from other projects, so I could use that on this. I used 1.16 skeins, so that was 58 grams, and this is in color 8903, which is black. It is 65% wool and 35% alpaca. It's an Aran weight yarn. It comes in 75 meters per 50 grams, and I used a 5mm needle for this. Yeah, it's just a really quick and easy hat. I think I knit this in a couple days, and this was finished. So we love that. We love only having patterns that are 5mm and up for gifts. It's perfect. Speaking about patterns that are 5mm or up, I made a summer top for my sister, which is the Trille top by Knitting for Olive, and it is this one. It's nice and drapey. Knitting for Olive uses 2 strands of, I think it is the silk yarn, but I just used 1 strand of durable double 4. I used a little over 2 skeins. I was not too happy about that because I bought 2 skeins in summer, thinking that I would knit something for my sister for her birthday or maybe Christmas, because this color green is her favorite color green. So I saw it and I was like, oh, I will grab 2 and make her maybe a summer top or something. But then this pattern used a bit more yarn than I anticipated. So I had bought that in June, maybe July. And I ran out of yarn and I was like, there's no way I will get the same dye lot. It's fine, it's alright. I'll get over it. You won't really see it. It will only be on the back and the strap, so it's fine. And then I went to the store. They did not have the yarn, so they had to order the yarn for me. And then I picked it up and it was the same dye lot. So crisis averted. It is the exact same dye lot, which is great, but I did have to buy a 3rd skein. I used up 2.37 skeins for this, which is alright. It's maybe a bit heavy, but I think that's kind of what a pattern is supposed to be, because this really drapes nicely. So yeah, I used 2.37 skeins in the color 2147, which is bright green, and this yarn is 100% cotton, which she will like because it means it's machine washable, and that's great. It's an Aran weight again, 150 meters per 100 grams. I used 5mm needles again, so this is perfect for her. I think it's her favorite color. I think she will get a lot of wear out of this in summer, hopefully. And yeah, I'm really excited to see how she likes it. It fits quite perfectly on me, and we're about the same circumference. I did measure my entire family, just for funsies, and just in case I wanted to knit them a gift someday. I obviously did not tell them that I was knitting them a gift for Christmas or for their birthday or something, but I did measure them up recently just in case, but it was also just to figure out their sizing. And my sister turned out to be a pretty good match to me. I think her bust circumference is a bit bigger than mine, but not too much and it would make a big difference. So yeah, I think this top will fit her nicely. This is the back and you can see where I stitched it together, but I think that adds character. It was also my first time doing I-cord for the straps. And I just think it looks really nice and I can't wait to see what she thinks of it. And then we're on the last gift already, which is for my mother-in-law. And I knit her a market bag. And this is the Marktganger bag by Christa Hoppner. And it's translated from German, I think. It is a free pattern on Ravelry. And I used durable double 4 again. I used one skein of the cream. The pattern calls for 30 lace pattern repeats, but I thought it was a bit too small and I really wanted it to be bigger. So I decided to just finish up the whole skein with the cream color and then go back with the bright green for the straps here. And I think it looks really nice. I did have a lot of trouble weaving in the ends with this. I'm still not too confident in the ends that I wove in because it's such a light gauge that I am not too certain about how well I hit all the ends. But I think she's going to love this. Yeah, I think with all of these people, even if I gifted them a small swatch, they would love it. They would use it somehow. They would find a way to use it. And yeah, I'm just really happy with all the people that I have in my life. I'm really happy that I have so many knit-worthy people in my family. I'm also a bit overwhelmed because this was a lot of gift knitting. This is 7 gifts that I made because the cowls, I made 2 of them. I made 7 gifts, which is a lot. And I did use a lot of time, did spend a lot of time on knitting them, which I don't hate because I love knitting for them, but it's also time that I could have spent knitting on my own things. And I do realize that, and I'm not sure what I will do for Christmas next year because they all deserve handmade gifts, and it feels kind of unfair to only make some of them handmade gifts and then some not. But I'm not sure. This took me a while to finish, and while I do love all the people that I made these for, it was a lot of effort, and I don't know if I will be up for it next year because Christmas time is also sweater knitting time, and I really want to make sweaters for myself, but sweaters obviously take up a lot of time. So I do have to find a nice balance between gift knitting for people and knitting for myself. But having said that, I do love all the things that I made. Make sure to hit my Ravelry down below so you can see all of these in more details. I will have a nice picture party before sending these off to them or giving these to them. And yeah, I will have a lot of fun making pictures because in my previous video, which if you haven't seen that one, it's my knitting resolutions and you should watch that one next. But in that video I shared that I want to share more. So I also want to share the gifts that I made, maybe on my Instagram or on my Ravelry, or I just want to have pictures of it to document my gifts that I made. So if you haven't seen that video, you should watch that video next, and I will see you guys back again next week. Bye!